All right, here we go. First watch.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7, on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming?
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Finally, a superhero that looks like me.
Okay.
What the hell is with these accents?
I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
T-5.
Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together.
I'm gonna dig the car.
Gandalf?
Thank
Yeah,
God.
As a family.
Actual Galactus. I like the welcome to the family, since they're called the first family, like Marvel. That's cool.
Yeah, definitely. I guess the setup is this is what, 50s, 60s, 70s?
Yeah, like the
Type of
60s.
look.
Yeah, 60s, I think. Looking at it, if we're trying to base it off of cars and stuff like that, so and kind of their apparel.
Yeah, which is when they were, created. So,
Yeah.
interesting. I like the costumes. They are pulled right out of the Golden Age.
The Golden Age comics, yeah. Early.
Yeah, which is cool.
It kind of felt like Ben Grimm, the Thing. He's a little bit small to me. He didn't seem like the size he should be.
I almost thought that it felt like, and again, I think this is just the first one, so maybe there's more into it, but it almost seems like there's a focus on Ben a little bit more, because they talk about him more, and in at least the past ones that they've done, he's kind of been more just, he's there, but it's not, he's like sub supporting,
I very much like his brow. That's very classic from the comics.
Is Daddy Pascal Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah.
Which,
he's in everything.
I think he's like Colombian,
everywhere.
but he's got like Mr. Fantastic now has the Cuban mustache,
his accent's what got me. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, definitely. Also reminds me of the Jetsons. A
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah. But you know what? You're right, Seth. I didn't notice, because he's not towering. I mean, he looks like.
Well, but the thing in the comics is very broad, but he's not
broad, maybe not super tall.
Not super tall. I mean, clearly taller than normal people, but he's not the Incredible Hulk, where he's walking around at 8 feet tall. I'm liking the Thing. I think I might like him the most out of the four.
The first shot of Johnny Stormy.
The guy from Stranger Things. Interesting to see him as Johnny Storm.
Oh, that's where he's from. Yeah, I didn't recognize him, because I was just I don't know. Yeah, see there, he doesn't look towering.
Huge. Okay, all right. So apparently my my co-hosts are size queens. Is that it? Is that it? Oh my God, is that it?
That's all there is?
Yeah.
Goodness.
You guys are bringing flashbacks, giving me PTSD.
I think his artwork is kind of interesting. It is definitely all CG. It doesn't look, I don't want to say it looks hyper realistic. It almost looks a little bit artsy. It has a little bit of an artistic texture to it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I definitely think they took more time with this. Something that you said right away, Nick, that I agree with is even though it sounds like I've kind of been criticizing quite a bit, but I dig the costumes, and I kind of dig almost the haze that they have. I don't know if you guys noticed as well, the haze of it. So it almost has that feel of it really is, back then, looking at like some of the TVs and everything else like that, like it's not that 2160 resolution or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure how I feel about the Human Torch or Invisible Woman, but I mean, yeah.
So who's
You
the
just
main
got
bad
it.
guy in this? Is Doctor Doom the main bad guy?
Well, at the very end, it shows
No.
Galactus actually
Yeah.
like legit, not crappy little smog cloud coming from the heavens. It's like that's Galactus.
Yeah. So
I'm
Galactus
excited
is
about
going to
that.
be Galactus, and then Silver Surfer's going to be in it.
I'm really
Uh,
curious to see, because they definitely didn't show Mr. Fantastic stretch. They showed everyone else kind of doing their like power thing. I'm really curious to see how they're going to handle Mr. Fantastic's special effects. I hope they look good. But
yeah.
all in all, I mean, even Pedro Pascal, who I did not see him as Mr. Fantastic, but he does certainly carry that like 1960s just businessman look. And that's what they're
That's true.
going for. So I'm not critical now. Yeah.
Well, one thing I will say about the thing, and we didn't hear it in the trailer,
Mhm.
but if they
It's
don't put
clobbering.
it's clobbering time in the
You
movie,
know it's going to be there somewhere.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I hope he
It
pulls it off well.
it probably will be later in the movie. Like it won't say, and then all of a sudden that's like the pivotal mark. It's clobbering time, and
Yeah.
it's like, all right, mic drop, bitch.
Because there are certain things that like just has to be in like even the first X-Men, which back in the day I was like but now nostalgia makes it to where I like it more than I liked it in the beginning. But even Wolverine got to say bub, and I'm like, all right,
Mhm.
Hugh Jackman did pull off bub, so hopefully the thing pulls off its clobbering time.
now let's talk about the Fantastic Four real quick as a franchise.
Hmm.
Mhm.
They weren't, as far as popularity with all the different groups that Marvel has, where does their popularity rank at? I mean, they're not Avengers level, they're not X-Men level, or are they?
Well, I mean, you have to consider this. Fantastic Four has consistently had a run, throughout the life of Marvel. X-Men can't say that. Like X-Men started out in the late '60s and then failed when they rebooted the X-Men and brought in Storm and brought in Nightcrawler and Colossus. They kind of did a soft reboot of X-Men, and then that's when they started getting popular, like late '70s, '80s, and then they exploded in the '90s from the cartoon. But Fantastic Four has been consistent throughout. Like they haven't had the highs and the lows like some of the other like big Marvel franchises. Consistent heroes. Like even there's a very specific reason why the first MCU movie, official movie, was Iron Man. It's because that was one of the rights that Marvel still owned because no one really wanted it. Iron Man was not a huge like A-list superhero until the movie. Um, Same with kind of Captain America as well, popular throughout, but not like huge like Spider-Man or the X-Men at the time. So I just like the fact that they are definitely A-list superheroes that are being pulled into the MCU because now all they have are like C-listers and below.
Wasn't it, Nick? And I mean, and they took quite a bit of a hiatus. The X-Men didn't they? Because I mean, wasn't
Yeah,
it like late '70s or early '80s when they revamped and really changed it? Because I mean, it was like
I think it was
Fantastic
like
Four
7 or 8 years.
was
Yeah.
okay. Because Fantastic Four was '61, and then the first X-Men was in '63. But
Yeah, and I think they had like
or am I
I want to
thinking
say
too
like
long in between the two?
yeah, and then they kind of failed
Yeah.
because they had Beast before he went blue. They
Right.
had
Yeah.
Angel, they had Miss Marvel, and then they had Cyclops, right? I'm sure I'm missing someone else. But yeah, it wasn't until they got like kind of the grittier, more colorful, more diverse team that they kind of came back.
What
And yeah, I want to say that was like 75, 76,
something
something
like
like
that?
that.
Yeah. And because is that when
Yeah.
they brought in Iceman?
Oh no, no,
Didn't
no, no, no!
Bobby or
Iceman was the
Iceman was?
original one too. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay,
actually
okay. I couldn't
yeah,
remember.
he was
Yeah,
original. Yeah, yeah, but
that's
it's
right.
actually it
And
was
then
an
they reverse
interesting.
his age, don't they? Because they end up making him younger than he really is because he
Yeah,
was original. Okay, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So do you think they're trying to make the Fantastic Four like the new Avengers, like the new flagship group?
I very much think so, yeah, because they've taken so long and have been so cautious with this reboot. I hope they don't do some like crap like multiverse, pull them into the future. I hope they have like a different explanation on how they're brought, because clearly they have to merge the Fantastic Four with the rest of the current like MCU roster, who's all like in the present day, and Fantastic Four are clearly in the 1960s. So how they're going to do that merge, I hope they do it well.
They did the ice for Captain America.
Well, I wonder if it's going to be something, because they're talking about Secret Wars and stuff like that. I wonder if it's going to be something like the Beyonder pulls them into the future to be part of like the team.
Yeah, because the Beyonder is
Um,
supposed to be in the end of this one coming out.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they might do that, which would be very comic accurate and cool, and not multiverse bullshit. So that'd be nice.
The one thing that I'm curious about, but I know it's like, I mean, we're trying to get back to normal times and stuff, so you have your, summer blockbuster one after another, but I'm curious why they picked this time, because you're talking like only 2 weeks after Superman drops, and then the week before Superman drops, there's another larger release. I can't remember it, but it's like
Well,
July's going to be jam packed.
yeah. What isn't Jurassic Park 2 weeks before this one?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no.
So
So
it's like,
so Jurassic, yeah, Jurassic Park. I think it's the week before Superman, then
yeah.
Superman, then this. So I think
How are they
it's.
not? Yeah. How are they not going to just
I almost feel like
hurt each other?
one might overshadow, but I mean, this one's already been delayed quite a few times, so I don't see this one moving out. And James Gunn, he's like, whatever, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would say I'm excited for it, looking forward to it, and looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Got to be better than the last reboot they tried.
Oh yeah, for sure.